Black people, you have the right to exist. One would think this sounds like the plot of a dystopian movie if it weren't so unfortunately serious. There is a segment of the population that truly seems to believe they are the only ones on Earth entitled to a good life, the only ones who should enjoy the world's resources, often at the direct expense of others. Some even seem to believe they have the right to eliminate people simply because they dislike their skin color, their aesthetic, or their presence. What is even more striking is the historical irony. We are talking about a group that often forced itself upon others, whether by invading foreign lands or dragging people away from their own homes. Yet centuries later, they act as if those same people are unwelcome or invading their territory. You truly cannot make this stuff up. The audacity of oppression. Even while feeling entitled to enslave, kill, or oppress others to maintain their own quality of life, some have the audacity to suggest that the oppressed should be thankful. They claim we should be grateful for the benefits we receive from a system that was never designed for our flourish, but rather for our destruction. If you took race out of the equation and looked at these actions objectively, everyone would clearly see who the bad guys are. Yet, we live in a society where people continue to defend those who feel they are the only ones deserving of peace. These individuals who seemingly struggle to live at peace with anyone else often tell others to go back where they came from, even when those people are descendants of those who were forced here against their will. More than just history. Some argue that this is all just history, and there is nothing to be done about the past. While we cannot change what has already happened, we can certainly work to fix the damage in the present. Yet, many resist even that. They label efforts to repair the damage, like reparations, as unnecessary. But for many, it goes beyond financial compensation. People simply want equality. They want to live a good life without being harassed, oppressed, or bothered. This is a reasonable human desire, yet there are those who refuse to leave us alone long enough for that to happen. They insist we should be grateful to live among those who built great societies on the backs of our ancestors. The right to exist. To get to the core point, Black people, you have a right to exist. We have to be blunt. There are those who want to take you out. There are people who harbor enough hate to justify murder. Since when has it ever been okay to kill someone just because you don't like them? In any other context, that is a crime, not a right. The only legitimate justification for taking a life is self-defense against a real, direct threat, not fear used as an excuse by an instigator hiding behind a badge. Society tries to push narratives to justify this hostility. They claim low IQ, a propensity for criminality, or fear over dwindling populations. They see who we date and feel they have the right to take lives because they feel some type of way. But even if their false narratives were true, which they aren't, it still wouldn't justify oppression or murder. Who gave them the right to decide who lives and who dies? If someone has a problem with a certain group of people, the reasonable thing to do is stay away from them. You don't have to go out of your way to make someone else's life harder. Don't justify your existence. Black people, do not feel the need to justify your existence to anyone. When people attack your race, calling it substandard, or claiming a lack of contribution to history, you do not owe them a defense. If you are an individual living your life and harming no one, you are not responsible for the actions of everyone who looks like you. If others cannot see you as an individual, that is a reflection of their ignorance, not your worth. Consider the contrast. As far as history shows, Black people have not developed intelligence agencies or held shadow meetings to flood other communities with drugs. We haven't organized systemic efforts like Tuskegee or redlining to destroy another group from the face of the earth. Most Black people simply want to live a good life, to be with family, to travel, to love, and to exist without the foot of oppression on their necks. A note on allyship. This is not an indictment of all white people. There are many who are aware of these injustices and fight alongside us. There are many with a strong sense of morality, and for them, I am thankful. But let's keep it real. There are unfortunately enough people who feel that black people don't have a right to exist peacefully. To them, we must be clear. You do not have the right to decide.